Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel, Alicia Spiritual Guidance. I'm Alicia. So today I just wanted to do a little talk because this was on my mind. Um, so I saw something at work, right, and it made me think about deflection. So I ain't gonna lie, my coworker had on like this evil eye bracelet, and I was like thinking about again deflection. People literally, some people are out here, one, projecting their energies onto another person, and then once that projection happens, the deflection comes back and they start to think that someone is doing something to them, when in reality it's just their own energy being deflected back to them. So when people, it's like when people, like, if you ever seen that meme about people, someone burning sage trying to get rid of the negative energy, knowing they're the negative energy. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a deflection of energy. And I feel like so many people are becoming victim to their own energy. And it's sad because what happens is people think that their intuition is telling them that someone's doing evil to them, when really it's a guilty conscience. And sometimes we can't defer our conscience from our intuition, because sometimes they're really one and the same. So yeah, I feel like a lot of people are out here like deflecting energies they've projected, and it's really messing with them, like really has them. I really feel like that type of energy is really attacking good people, like really coming down on people who are good and causing a lot of issues for people who are good, just because someone has a guilty conscience because of something that they've done that's being deflected back to them. I think it's really sad. um, I think it's really sad because sometimes, like, a lot of that energy or negativity, or even to for you to just sit and go and do some sort of harm to somebody, that stems from an insecurity that you have within yourself, of either you don't want someone to be better than you don't want your flaws shown, or simply you just want to cause a hindrance in someone's life. Now, there are people that are truly evil, and they do it just because it's fun, right? Um, and then there are people who, they get into they get into occult knowledge, esoteric stuff, right? And they have no idea, because one, they could be very new at it. This is something they're trying. This isn't, like, sometimes they really just don't know what they're doing. And so they're projecting all this stuff, and it's being deflected back onto them. And to me, I think it's causing a lot of paranoia, a lot of mental illness, because that's how energy, spirits, whatever you want to call them, present themselves in the vessel. So be mindful, right, of what you put out or what you project, because that projection will be deflected back onto you, especially if someone is not doing something to you and you're just paranoid. And what makes you paranoid is that guilty conscience, because you're doing it, you're the one that's really doing it first. So you got to be mindful of that. You really got to, and then you got to be mindful, like, people, like, really what your heart, what's really in your heart, and what in your heart are you really putting out. I've seen so much jealousy, like so much jealousy in places that are supposed to be good. There's so many people who are jealous, who are envious of other people, and that gets deflected, and it causes so much strife, so much conflict, because somebody is insecure or what have you. And then, just being mindful of, like, what's really going on today, like, especially what, I don't want to say the name, but we all know who's putting out the energy today on this day, right? So that's a lot of energy getting ready to be put out into the world, and people who are getting into occult knowledge, esoteric stuff, opening themselves up to, opening themselves up to do bidding that they don't even know about, because some people have entered into agreements. They don't even know that they've entered into agreements because they don't know what they're doing. They don't have, their knowledge is like so, I don't want to say basic, but their knowledge is so, so surface. Their knowledge hasn't even begun to reach beyond the surface. So literally they've made agreements, right? So we got this thing putting out this energy today, and I'm telling you guys this because a lot of this is getting ready to happen. Projection and a lot of more projecting, but again, not being deflected back to people, causing them to go crazy. But a lot more energy and negativity is getting ready to be put out into the world because, well, it's being put out as I speak, but you literally have a vessel breaking down, trying to break down the door to the supernatural, right? To the energy field of the supernatural. So, and even in y'all, like if y'all like watch the reading I did for this week, because I started to think about it, like if you watch the reading I did for this week and you understand that pentacles could be the vessel, right? The person, the physical body. Cups could be the spirit behind it. You know what I'm saying? And then we got the wands, which is the passion in which it comes, whether it's in aggression, hate, love, or whatever the case may be, right? So we got all this energy getting ready to be put out into the world. All these spirits, even more spirits than normal, disembodied spirits than normal, but these are highly spiritual wickedness, high spiritual wickedness in heavenly places. So these spirits that are able to already vessel in a certain realm, right? Because they have a high ranking of spiritual wickedness, they're able to do a high ranking spirit. And the door is being penetrated, right? There will be high ranking energy spirits that are able to get in through that. And those entities are going to need vessels to do their bidding. So we have people getting in these agreements, getting into things they have no idea, and they're opening themselves up to be vessels and to do bidding for energies outside of their control. So be mindful of that too. That doesn't mean that, I don't know, I would just say beef up whatever your protection, beef up your spiritual shield to make sure that you're not a victim to that. Or if you've opened yourself up, opened that doorway, just be mindful of how it's coming in, because sometimes you think that you're in control of the spirit or whoever you're getting in agreement with, and you're really not. That entity controls you. So we won't get into the things that happen to people who they try to break their agreement or they don't live up to their end, the consequences they face. That's why you see a lot of people, or if you even think about, if you ever seen The Craft, how Nancy ended up in the crazy home. Why? Because she got into agreement with something, she wasn't able to keep her end of the agreement, and that's how she ended up. So just be mindful of what it is that you get in agreement with, but also be mindful of the energy that's coming. There's so much aggression. So many people are filled these days with hate, and they're projecting that hate, they're projecting that envy, they're projecting that jealousy, they're projecting their bitterness onto other people, and then they're going to get in agreement with things, to ask for protection against other people that they're projecting upon. And what they're asking for protection from is just what's being deflected back to them. So really protection from themselves. But you got to understand that the game in the spiritual realm, you got to know how to play this game. It moves by law, and it can be very tricky. So you got to know. So they don't care if really you're protecting yourself against what you projected out. All they know is that they got you in agreement, and now you're bound by this contract. So just be mindful of that, be careful. It's a lot going on in the world, stay rooted in a spirit of love and light. At least I hope you can stay rooted in the spirit of love and light, because it's really going to be some tests going on, and it's really about to be some straight fuck shit going on, period. And I'm just saying, y'all, like, I still have a job. So I see it, like, where I work. I see it where I work. And it's just some sad shit. Like, personally, it's sad. But, just be mindful. If you have children, be mindful of the things your children might be encountering, But also, they're doing this, right, on this day. And then next month, we got the 8-8 portal, y'all. Like, just protect yourself. Like, be mindful of what could be coming at you, especially if you chose to be a light worker in this day and age. Please be mindful of what's coming at you in the battle that is going on, that's getting ready to go, that's been going on, but that's really about to be like more frontline than normal, But yeah, I really wanted to see, I brought these cards out because I wanted to see what the cards, like, was the cards talking about. Because yesterday's reading really, when I start thinking about it in an energetic sense, right, and the things that are getting ready to be unleashed upon the world, I was like, oh my God, all these spirits and all these people have gotten into agreements, and these spirits are going to need bodies. So, they're getting ready to take up residence and do their thing. So yeah, it makes me think, it really makes me feel like people who don't get in agreement, it's going to be like a lot of freak accidents, a lot of freak murders, like suicides and things like that. Weird, yo. See, look at this, some energy coming through, nasty energy coming through, and you got in agreement. They coming. And then this is for those who are on the other side. Like, you're gonna have to beef up be mindful, protect your spirit, protect your soul, like, protect your vessel, protect your being, nurture yourself so you can be ready, like, embrace this fight, or just be ready. And then we got like the Two of Swords at the end of this. Like, that makes me think, again, people are literally going to be at a battle for the will of their mind and their soul right now. And a lot of people don't even know it. They can't even see what's coming, especially people who decided that they wanted to get in this esoteric stuff and this occult stuff, and they have begun to scratch the surface of. And then look, this card just keep popping up, y'all. And they don't even know the half of it, especially like for those people who were born, like, you were this vessels through your family, so you're naturally someone who has a gift or whatever the case may be, versus someone who was not naturally selected and had to do some things. Just be mindful, because a lot of those people will really be the vessels. But just be mindful of what's coming, or really it's already here. I don't even, to be honest, like, now that this card is looking at me the way it's looking at me, I don't even know if I want to put it out, because, like, I'm not trying to be nobody's target. I'm not trying to be nobody's target, but so I just want everyone to stay divinely guided and protected. You know what I'm saying? Like, really protect yourself. Like, this makes me think of someone, like, enclosing themselves in with their protection. Like, really, just, I don't know, y'all. I don't even know what to tell you, because I'm just giving the message. That's all I'm doing. Don't shoot the messenger. It ain't got nothing to do with me. So yeah, y'all, just be careful out here in these streets, because it's about to get wild. Be careful out here in these esoteric streets. It's been wild. So yeah, good luck. Um, peace and blessings.